Hi church family, Pastor Dan here, and to visitors, welcome to our devotional channel here at Rockhampton Baptist. There are many things I understand, and there are many more things I don't understand. There are things I think I understand, but I don't understand. And the things I think I don't understand, but I do understand. When we read the Bible, we assume some things, and we don't assume other things. And sometimes this can cause us to miss out what God is saying through these words. Like Easter. When we read the Easter narrative, for example, we can read it over and we can assume various different things, think we understand various things. But no matter how many times you hear or you read the message of Easter, there is more things that we can learn from it. Doesn't matter how many times, there's more things that we can see and understand in it. It's a good example here from John 20. It says, early on Sunday morning, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb and found that the stone had been rolled away from the entrance. She ran and found Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved. And she said, They have taken the Lord's body out of the tomb, and we don't know where they have put him. Peter and the other disciple started out for the tomb. They were both running, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He stooped and looked in and saw the linen wrappings lying there, but he didn't go in. Then Simon Peter arrived and went inside. He also noticed the linen wrappings lying there, while the cloth that had been covered Jesus' head was folded up and lying apart from the other wrappings. Then the disciple who had reached the tomb first also went in, and he saw and believed. For until then they still hadn't understood the scriptures that said Jesus must rise from the dead. Then they went home. You see, as we read this, we see verse 9, it says, for until they still hadn't understood the scriptures. For until then, they hadn't understood what Jesus had said, what the prophets had said before about Jesus. You see, Jesus, when he spoke to his disciples, a lot of the times he spoke in fairly plain language. Sometimes he spoke in parables, but to the disciples, he actually spoke in words that they could understand. They should have understood that Jesus was going to die. He told them, we have a recording in the Bible that Jesus told his disciples straight 3 different occasions, 3 times. It's quite likely he told them more, but they still didn't understand. They should have understood, but they didn't. They should have knew, but they didn't. But they sought to understand. They desired to know God more. Now, you may not understand a lot of the narrative that happens here. You may think you understand them, but there's always more to understand. There's always more to learn. No matter how many times you've read this, there's always more that we can unpack and more that we can see about God's narrative and story. So this weekend, as we celebrate Easter, can I encourage you to seek God, to understand Easter more. Seek God, ask him to open your eyes to something that's new, something that's fresh, something that you haven't seen or heard before. No matter what you already know or understand or don't know. So can I encourage you to join us, if you can, in person at Friday at 9 a.m. and on Good Friday and Easter Sunday at 9:30 a.m. as we seek to understand Easter more as a community, as the church. Let me pray. Lord, we thank you for all that you've done. Lord, we thank you that as we read the scriptures that you open our eyes. Lord, we ask today that you help us to understand. Lord, help us to seek to understand. Lord, give us the desire in our heart to do so. Amen. Keep walking with God. Talk to him. Let him talk back as you read the Bible. Continually seek to try and understand what it says. And when he does speak to you, when you understand it, trust and obey that his words are true. and keep looking for opportunities to bless others. We'll see you soon.